Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to Spiritual Business with Mariaestela, the show and podcast for soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneurs and Magdalene's Rising wanting to lead with love in business and life. I'm your host, spiritual business coach, mentor, catalyst, and facilitator Mariaestela, and it is my deep honor, my great pleasure, and joy to share this episode with you. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you to join my newsletter to stay connected and updated. You can do so on my website, mariaestela.com, where you can also find previous episodes and their show notes. And remember that you've got less than 2 weeks if you're wanting to join my amazing mastermind for 2019, the Magdalene Rising, and take advantage of the powerful early bird bonus I have for you. Over the course of almost 10 months together, we will be activating and engaging both your divine feminine and divine masculine essences, honoring the call you have received by growing and expanding yourself and your business with love, joy, satisfaction, and content as the basis for everything that you do. During our time together, we will merge the worlds of seen and unseen, spiritual and practical, magical and mundane. If you're a soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneur wanting to lead with love in your business and life, this is an opportunity not to be missed. Go to mariaestela.com/mastermind if you want to learn more. Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to today's episode in which I want to talk about something that is so very, very important. And this goes whether you are just starting out as a soul-driven, heart-based entrepreneur or whether you have been in business for a very long while. And that is the necessity of you making time for your dreams, making time for that which your heart calls you towards. And when I say that, I mean that, for example, let's say that you're just starting out in business. You know what area you want to work in, and now you've started your business and you've begun doing the work. Well, if you have a podcast you're wanting to start, or a book you're wanting to write, or an interview series you're wanting to do, or a launch or a campaign or something that you're being called towards, well, it won't happen by itself. There seems to be this notion that if we're a spiritual, soul-driven, heart-based entrepreneur, then things are just supposed to happen because we're connected to God or source or the universe. So things are supposed to happen. Well, the thing is, things happen through you. It is through you that things are made manifest. So it is through you that the book comes to life, or the program comes to life, or the deck of oracle cards or tarot cards comes to life. It is through you that the book is written. It is through you that your spoken words, that the podcast is broadcasted. So it is through you that the world will change, and it is also through you. And if you choose not to do, and if you choose not to make space or time for your dreams to happen, then they simply won't. We live in a world where everything is interconnected and interwoven. Everything is energy, and you know this. So that means that whatever idea it is that you've got, it won't be lost. It will be quote unquote given to someone else, or someone else may have something similar, but there is no one who is just like you, with the experiences you have had, with the challenges you've faced, the obstacles you've overcome, the issues you've cleared, the healing you've done. There's no one just like you. So there's no one with just your voice. But if you do not choose to make time for that, then it won't happen. And I started out by saying that like if you're in the beginning of your business, that may be true, but it's also true if you've been in business for a while. Maybe you have everything settled, Maybe you have your education, like your trainings, you have your programs in place, you have your services in place, but there's something that's calling you, that's something that's nudging you. And what I see is that, it can be equally difficult if you are someone who's built a brand or a certain persona or a certain way, then what's calling you may not look exactly like that, or maybe it does, maybe it's in tune, but it won't happen unless you actually make time for it. And like I said, that goes whatever it is, whether it be like I said, whether it be a book or a deck or a new program, maybe it's a line of products that you're wanting to bring forth. There's so many things that can be born through your willingness to inquire, your willingness to listen, and your willingness to quote unquote do the work, because that is required as well. And the whole idea that it should be easy. It's so interesting because me personally, this is where I was at many moons ago. Oh, hallelujah. I knew that I wanted to be a coach. I knew that I was here to serve people. And I also actually from the beginning knew that I wanted to support spiritual business entrepreneurs, people with businesses that perhaps did not lie within the, I don't want to say normal, because to me it's normal, but don't lie within that which the world deems as normal. Don't lie within the realms of, physicality, or where you can actually feel and touch and sense it with your physical senses, but where you have to go within. I knew that from the beginning, but I was hit with so much quote unquote shit that I had to clear and heal, and that is how I actually view our purposes, your soul's divine purpose, what you came here to do. I see as the most beautiful path of healing, of awakening, of unveiling, most of all, because everything that you're looking for is what you already are. You just right now don't have the eyes to see it or the ears to hear it. That's my take on things. And my belief is that love is the way. And so we're getting closer and closer to the new year. And for some reason, that is a time where people, take stock and begin to assess their year and what has been going on and where am I at. Unfortunately, very often it also happens to be a time of, shaming and shaming and blaming yourself and guilting yourself for not being what you thought you were supposed to be and not having done what you're supposed to do. I like to flip it, as always, and use those perhaps painful experiences or whatever's come up for you as an opportunity for you to reassess, realign, and really go for what you want to create in your life. If you're someone who hasn't already downloaded my Divine Clarity and Inspired Action Guide, I want to encourage you to do that. It's a 7-step process that you can do in about an hour or so that will help you, first of all, clear what the downloads that you've been getting to ensure that you have everything out in the world, and then you can order it and structure it, and then you'll know what next step to take. And also, I just want to say that whether you and I meet or not ever, whether it be in one-on-one, mastermind, or group work, I want you to know that you're here for a purpose. And I know that you know your purpose. And I want to encourage you to embrace yourself, shower yourself with love, and just take one step after the next. You don't necessarily have to know the full journey or where it leads or ends. Your soul or God knows. So your what you need to do is just take the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. And if you're someone who wants to make your dreams a reality, you can. I encourage you right now to pull out your calendar, block out some time, whether it be 15 minutes a day. I've had clients who when they were writing a book, they committed to writing just an hour a day for the next 40 days, and it can be 15 minutes, or it can be 10 minutes, or it can be a full hour. But commit yourself to actually blocking out the time to making your dreams a reality, because it is possible. I see it in my work every day with those I am honored and to hold space for. So if you are someone who comes from the space of, oh, it should be easy, like I said, I thought, now I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm here for. I expected the heavens to open, angels to descend, rose petals to be strewn, and that was not really my experience. It may be yours. If it is good for you, it wasn't for me. I had to go through some dark nights of my soul and some rough, rude awakenings to get to the space where I am today, which is, I would say, 20%, like 80% satisfied, content, fulfilled, and 20% irritated and annoyed and wanting things to move faster. I am, after all, an Aries sun. So that's, patience is probably not ever going to be my fortitude, although I have worked on that. So I want to hear from you. Will you carve out time in your calendar? Go ahead and comment. In the block notes, you'll find the link to the show notes. Comment there, or beneath this video if you're watching via video. I want to hear from you. Will you carve out time for your dream? And if you feel called to also share your dream, so that we as a community, as a collective, can hold space, and I can hold space for your dream. I love you. Take care. That is what I had for you in today's episode of Spiritual Business with Mariaestela. I hope it served you well. For all of the deeds and details, click the link in the description, and if you want to support the spreading of this message, share it with a friend or colleague, or on social media. You can also leave me a comment or a review. God bless.